Over 100 EVs are on sale right now, and most of them aren't worth your money. A 2024 reliability study found EV owners report 79% more problems than gas car owners, mostly because they've picked the wrong car. Here's exactly what I'd buy today, and what I'd avoid entirely. This isn't a list of spec sheet winners. It's not ranked by horsepower or screen size or how futuristic the door handles look. Every car on this list was evaluated on 5 things: real-world usability, reliability, charging speed, value for money, and what it's actually like to live with day to day. Because that last one, daily life, is where most EVs either earn your loyalty or quietly frustrate you into regret. The best EV on paper is not always the best EV for you. Range figures from test conditions rarely match what you get in traffic on a cold morning. Charging speeds listed on spec sheets assume a faster charger that may not exist near your house. Software that looks impressive in a showroom can become a source of daily irritation 6 months in. These picks reflect real-world ownership, not just what looks good in a brochure. Number 5. Budget pick. MG4 EV. If I needed a capable EV and wanted to keep the price as low as possible without compromising on the fundamentals, the MG4 would be my answer. Here's what's easy to miss about this car. It drives better than it has any right to at this price. The MG4 was built on a purpose-designed electric platform, not a converted gas car with a battery squeezed in as an afterthought. That matters. The 50-50 weight distribution and rear-wheel drive setup give it genuinely balanced handling. Most family hatchbacks in this segment feel like appliances. The MG4 doesn't. The premium extended range model covers 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds. That's a number that surprises people who assume a budget EV means slow. And if you want more, the X-Power variant runs dual motors, 435 horsepower, and a 0 to 62 time of 3.8 seconds. In a family hatchback, that combination of platform engineering and performance accessibility at this price is genuinely unusual. On range, the 77 kilowatt battery covers up to 338 miles on the WLTP cycle. Realistic real-world figures will sit below that depending on how you drive. But for most people's weekly usage, you're looking at multiple days between charges. And when you do need to plug in, the 10 to 80% charge on a 150 kilowatt fast charger takes around 25 minutes. The interior has caught up considerably with the latest version. Physical climate controls, a 12-point-inch touchscreen with integrated apps, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto, a 360-degree parking camera, heated seats, and a heated steering wheel. This is not a stripped-out budget experience. It's a genuinely well-equipped car at a price that makes most competitors look overpriced. The MG4 has collected over 40 industry awards. That recognition is not an accident. This car over-delivers at its price point. And for a buyer who wants to spend sensibly without giving up on the EV experience, it's the clearest recommendation on this list. Number 4. Best daily driver. Hyundai Ioniq 5. Some EVs are technically impressive but genuinely tiring to live with. The Ioniq 5 is the opposite. This is the car I'd recommend to someone who just wants the EV to work every day without drama, without second-guessing the range, without fiddling with the settings or worrying about charging logistics. The Ioniq 5 is one of the most practical, comfortable, and genuinely easy EVs on the market right now. Starting with charging, the Ioniq 5 uses an 800-volt electrical architecture, which means when you find a high-powered DC fast charger, this car charges at a speed that most of the competition simply can't match. The 10 to 80% charge time under ideal conditions is around 18 minutes. In daily life, that translates to short stops that don't disrupt your day. You pull in, grab a coffee, come back, and you're ready to go. The interior space is genuinely impressive for the footprint. The flat floor and the sliding center console give the cabin a flexibility that most EVs don't offer. Rear passenger space is generous. The driving position is comfortable. The seats are well designed for long journeys. This isn't the car you buy to feel sporty. It's the car you buy because you'll be in it every day, and you want that experience to be genuinely pleasant. Refinement is a word that gets overused, but the Ioniq 5 is accurate. Road noise is well managed. The ride is composed. The steering doesn't require constant correction. These are the qualities that disappear from spec sheet, but you notice every single morning when you get in and every evening when you get home. Hyundai's build quality and reliability record with this platform is strong. For a buyer who prioritizes a calm, capable, daily driving experience over raw performance or cutting-edge tech, the Ioniq 5 is the most livable EV on this list. Before we move on, hit subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this series. Number 3. Best Tech EV, Tesla Model 3. Tesla's hold on the technology conversation has been challenged in recent years. The competition has caught up in some areas, but for a car that centers the software experience that makes the technology feel genuinely useful rather than just present, the Model 3 still leads. The over-the-air update system is the most mature in the industry. Tesla has been doing this longer than anyone else, and it shows. Features improve after you buy the car. Issues get patched remotely. The car you own in 2 years is measurably better than the car you drove off the lot. And that's not something most EV manufacturers can honestly say. Efficiency is the other area where the Model 3 consistently stands out. Tesla's powertrain engineering extracts more usable range per kilowatt hour than most of the competition. That directly translates to fewer charging stops on long journeys and lower running costs over time. The supercharger network remains one of the strongest arguments for Tesla ownership. It's large, it's reliable, and the charging experience, finding a station, initiating the session, the billing, is significantly smoother than the public charging experience most other EV owners deal with. Long-distance travel in a Tesla involves less planning and less uncertainty than it does in most alternatives. The interior design is polarizing. There's a reason some buyers love it, and others find it sparse. If you want physical controls and a traditional dashboard layout, the Model 3 is not for you. But if you're comfortable with a screen-centered interface and you value software fluency over conventional cabin design, nothing else on this list matches what Tesla delivers. Number 2. Best value for money, BYD Seal. The BYD Seal is the car on this list that most people underestimate until they sit in one. The exterior follows BYD's Ocean Aesthetics design language. The front X design, the sweeping waistline, the double U-shaped headlight clusters. It looks expensive. The interior matches that impression. The 15.6-inch rotating touchscreen, the hi-fi Dine Audio premium surround system with 12 speakers, the panoramic sunroof, and the integrated sports seats with heating and electric adjustment. This is a car that presents itself like something costing significantly more than its asking price. The performance credentials back that up. The AWD version runs 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.8 seconds, with a 390 kilowatt motor output. The range on the 82.5 kilowatt hour battery covers up to 570 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. Charging at 150 kilowatt DC takes the battery from 30 to 80% in 26 minutes. But the Seal's real engineering story is what's underneath. BYD's cell-to-body technology integrates the blade battery directly into the car's structure. The battery isn't just stored in the car, it becomes part of the chassis, contributing to a torsional rigidity of 40,500 neurometers per degree. That's a number typically associated with luxury performance sedans. The structural benefits translates directly into sharper handling and a more composed ride. The iTAC torque adaptation system manages wheel slip intelligently, not just cutting power when the wheels lose grip, but redistributing torque proactively to maintain stability and keep the performance usable in real conditions. For a buyer who wants a premium sedan experience without paying premium sedan prices, the BYD Seal is the most compelling value proposition in the current EV market. It feels more expensive than it costs, performs better than most competitors at its price, and the technology underneath is genuinely advanced. That combination is rare. And coming in at number 1, my overall pick, Kia EV6. If I could only buy one EV today, one car for everything, it would be the Kia EV6. Here's why that answer comes down to one word: balance. The EV6 is not the fastest car on this list. It's not the cheapest. It doesn't have the most mature software ecosystem or the largest charging network. What it does is deliver at every point without failing anywhere. In a market where almost every EV has at least one significant compromise, that matters more than any individual headline number. Charging is handled by the same 800-volt architecture as the Ioniq 5. The EV6 and the Ioniq 5 share a platform. which means genuinely faster charging when you need it. The GT line and the GT variants cover performance ranges from genuinely quick to genuinely fast. The interior is well built, thoughtfully laid out, and comfortable on long journeys. The range is competitive. The real-world reliability record of this platform, now with several years of ownership data behind it, is strong. The EV6 also looks like a car someone designed with intention rather than committee. The proportions are considered. The interior design respects the driver without demanding they learn an entirely new interface from scratch. It sits in a space between Tesla's tech-forward minimalism and the traditional automotive interior in a way that most buyers find immediately comfortable. Kia's dealer network and after-sales support add a layer of practical ownership security that some of the newer brands on this list can't match. Warranty coverage is strong, the service infrastructure exists. These aren't exciting talking points, but they matter when something goes wrong. And over a 5-year ownership period, something always does. The EV6 has no major weaknesses, in a category where compromise is still the norm. That's not a small thing. That's the main thing. EVs that I would avoid right now. Not every EV deserves your money. There are models in this market that are still working through software problems that should have been resolved before launch. There are cars with charging infrastructure that sound impressive in a press release and fall apart in practice. Slow public networks, unreliable third-party apps, sessions that drop without warning and leave you short of where you were expecting to be. There are EVs priced as premium products that deliver genuinely mid-range experience once the showroom glow wears off. There are brands that have skated their reputation on range figures that require specific conditions, specific speeds, and specific temperatures to approach. Conditions that don't describe anyone's actual life. The advice here is simple. Before you commit to an EV, look for owner forums, not press reviews. Find people who have owned the car for 12 to 8 months. Ask them what irritates them. Ask them whether the software still has the same bugs it launched with. Ask them what the charging experience is actually like on a road trip in winter. The answers to those questions are worth more than any spec sheet comparison. Avoiding the wrong EV is genuinely as important as finding the right one. A bad purchase doesn't cost you money up front. It costs you confidence in electric vehicles entirely. And that's a harder thing to recover from than a depreciation hit. Drop a comment below. Which of these would you choose? Or is there an EV you think should have made this list? And hit subscribe for more EV content that skips the noise and tells you what actually matters when you're spending real money on a real car.